I hope I'm in the right meeting.
Well, if not, we'll find out.
Oh, I am because there's Nancy. Hello.
Hello. Hold on.
I'm trying to make sure I got. Can you hear us? Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Wait, don't bring the wine. No, you can't. The wine is not mine.
Hi, Bobby.
Oh, there you are.
Not
Now I hear you. Oh my gosh, my ears a mess. Is she in Florida?
Hi.
In Chicago. Everybody wave.
Hi, everybody.
See, I got the camera on me.
Yeah, she does. And Mama
What's that?
Susie's saying that she's the one in the best line of sight.
Oh.
While we ate dinner, it went off the TV. Oh, look, there's a couple other people.
Yeah, Carolyn Krause and Joy Hampson.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Hi, pretty baby girl.
I'm trying to get it back on my TV. While we ate, I had all set up, and then we went and ate, and then oh, there we are.
There we go.
Now everybody can see. All right.
And I know Bobby was cooking up a storm.
We did.
Yes, we ate well.
Hey, Bobby.
It was yummy. And Chris made a little apple pie stuff and cakes.
Nice.
All right.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey.
Like your t-shirt.
Yeah. Recognize that? I think
Okay.
it's.
So how many do you have at your house, Bobby?
We got about 13.
13. Are you hearing some feedback or something?
Yeah.
I think I think my TV and the computer. That should be on.
I took. No, it's not us. I don't know what that is.
Yes, mute us.
Yeah, but she needs to hear us.
Well, not while she's. But if she's gonna talk and then they can unmute, they want to speak.
What do you think? Shall I? Here, let me mute us and see if that stops it.
Okay. Maybe. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. You let me know when you want me to roll. So are we waiting for Danielle or is Danielle? Okay. Well, people can listen back to it. Hi,
Right.
everyone.
Told them
Yeah,
I was going to record it so they could listen to the playback.
good. Okay, you can probably start recording now if you'd like.
It is.
All right. Hi, everybody. Nancy Jo Ryan here. I just want to thank Bobby for inviting me to join you all. I was almost in Florida for this very event. Had I not had a little thing going on myself, I would have been down there with you all. But I just want to say my heart goes out to all of you who have been affected by the recent hurricanes. I know from personal experience how difficult it is to be put in a position that's outside of your control, that stops you from working your business the way you want to. Today, I'd like to encourage you with some ideas that I trust will bring you hope and a fresh vision for the future. Circumstances have a way of shaping our beliefs, don't they? They can be stumbling blocks or they can be stepping stones. Right now, you might be feeling overwhelmed or helpless, but there is hope. There are many things you can be doing in the midst of a difficult time to transform your thinking and take control of your business and keep it strong and growing. Here are a few ideas to help you create a plan for the coming weeks of recovery. First and foremost, build relationships with friends and family in the area who have been affected by the storms. I'd like to play a 6-minute video for you that Yvette Yeoman did as a daily vitamin before any of this happened. And I think it's really a perfect way of thinking, of serving people, and just reaching out and being a friend. So I'd like to share that screen right now, if it's okay with you, Bobby. Is that good? Okay, let me share. Let me see if I can do this. All right. All right. Okay, Bobby, can you hear this?
Hi, everybody. This is Yvette Yeomans, Senior Director from New York State. It is the 4th Tuesday of the month. There's normally not 5 Tuesdays, so normally I'm the last one, but I'm not this month. But I vacillated, like, what do I talk about? Because there's so many things that I wanted to share, and I decided to focus in on contacts and building relationships, because this is a recent challenge that I gave to the folks in my organization, as well as myself. So we talk about reaching out, building relationships, and doing customer care, bookings, recruiting, follow-ups with people, right? So what I did is I created this challenge that I'd like to issue to you as well. There's 2 different pieces. The first is a relationship building challenge, and I will post the worksheets that I created, and you can edit them for September. But I created a relationship building challenge. It looks like this. It's got 100 boxes. And what I did is I challenged you to reach out and build relationships with people in different ways. So write 10 notes, make 10 phone calls, comment on 10 pictures, comment on 10 Facebook posts, text 10 people, just to reach out and see how they're doing. These are not, for a total of 100 for the month, by the way. These are not about asking for a booking. This is not about recruit lead follow-up or customer care. This is really just about building relationships. That is the piece that most people miss in this business, is they go right for the sale and people don't want to be sold to. So this challenge is about building those relationships. So, you've got 100 squares here, and I challenge people to really stretch yourself into arenas that might not be comfortable. Maybe the personal notes aren't comfortable for you, or the phone calls aren't comfortable, but 10 of each, and then the other ones are all for what you want. And what you do is you just reach out. If it's on Facebook, you see somebody that has put something in their Facebook feed, and you comment on it. Or if there's somebody, you scroll through your friends list and you say, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to her or him in ages. And you just click, take a look at their page, see what they're doing. The kids are going to school photos, last summer hurrah activities, whatever it is. And you can either comment on a picture, or you can send them a message that says, was just thinking about you, wondering how you're doing. I see the kids are growing up. I can't believe they're going into 6th grade. Boom. It is not, and we have a new September catalog. Do you want to book a party? Okay. These are relationship building. So for those of you who have this thing about feeling pushy when you ask for something or you offer something, this is a great assignment for you. For those of you who need to build more contacts so you have people to ask for bookings, this is a great assignment for you, because this is about building relationships. Then we have the other one, which is the 100 follow-up contacts. So this is about your recruit follow-ups, your booking follow-ups, your customer care follow-ups. And the challenge is to do 100 of those. So you can choose either or have some people in my organization, including myself, that are challenging themselves to do both. And I want you to think about that. Reaching out to 200 people, 100 just to build relationships, 100 to do follow-up with. That's a lot of people, and it's going to net you results. So by the way, both of these can be out and about. They don't have to be online or in a way that is, what's the word I want, electronic. So I want to show you last month. This was my last month. This was July. And what I did is I took green, pink, and blue. And the green were recruit lead follow-ups, the pink were customer care, and the blue were booking leads. And what I did is I just reached out, and I noted the name, how I reached out, and the color code told me what kind of reach out it was. But then in yellow, I put the bookings. All right? So that was not for my customer care. That wasn't my main event. I was really just following up, letting them know their product had been shipped, asking them if they had opened their box, asking them if they liked a product, asking them if they would like a recipe for a product they ordered, really doing customer care. You're building relationships. When you build relationships with people, they will think of you and they think of Pampered Chef. We have a brand new catalog. You have a great opportunity in the next 2 weeks, or actually next week, to reach out to people and say, you bought the Cool and Serve tray? Do you want the carrier? You have some of the knives? Do you want the rest of the family? So you have the opportunity to actually make a lot of reach outs in the next week as the month comes to a close. You can start a brand new slate in September. Give yourself the challenge, whether it's 100 relationship building or 100 business building contacts. They're one and the same, but the relationship building builds the foundation. The business building brings you to the next level. So I hope that makes sense. It really makes a difference. For those of you who are saying, I don't have time for relationship building, what you're essentially saying is, I don't have time for a business. And if you're watching this video, you know you have time for a business. So go out, build some relationships. Once you've built those relationships, then do your customer contacts. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Let's see if I can get back to, there we go. All right. There we go. Well, what I really liked about Yvette's talk was especially the part about building relationships, checking on people, seeing what you can do for them. Some of you were affected more than others. And so, you know, I know some of you are in cleanup. I thought I only had a little bit of damage. I ended up having a roof leak, and the ceiling of my bedroom came down in Florida. But you know what? It's nothing compared to what it could have been. I feel like the Lord answered huge prayer and with Hurricane Irma. I feel like the fact that it was down to a Hurricane 2 by the time it got to my home, took a little curve, 15 miles, made all the difference in the world for us not to be flooded. Just really thankful, really, really thankful. But I really think that we have an opportunity to serve others at this time and build relationships so they remember who you are when the time is right. Yvette's Yeoman's Challenge, I will send Bobby those handouts, and she can send those out further. So reach out and let people know you care. These contacts are not to ask for business, just to build relationships, but they become future business to restock kitchens if they've had loss. I know I encourage Bobby to tell all of you to have your customers take pictures of the inside of the cabinets and drawers, especially the higher priced items if, for insurance purposes, and let them know that you'll be happy. Somebody doing something somewhere? I think we need to maybe put a couple more people on mute. You know, for insurance purposes, you'll be happy to help them restock anything that they might need. Reach out to rescue workers, fire and police, the electric crews. My daughter's son lives in North Dakota. He is on a truck with 6 other guys, an electric truck that went down to Florida to help with cleanup. These guys are working 12, 14, 16-hour days. And some gals too, I'm sure. Bake some bread. Bananas. What do bananas and some flour cost? Bring that to people. Let them know you're appreciated. And if there's ever anything you can do in the future for them, please let them know. Build your skills. If you don't have, if your shows have rescheduled or canceled, once your power is back on and you have internet connections, take online classes to build your skills in any area of the business you know you need to develop. I've always done that when we've had snowstorms and things in the past, because it's time where you all of a sudden you can't go running around. You have time to focus in. Ask out-of-town friends and family to host a virtual party for hurricane relief. You know, there's a lot of people that you know that have addresses other than Texas and Florida. So I want to encourage you to ask friends for help. And I'll use myself as an example. I had no idea I was going to be having open heart surgery a week later. And so with a couple of my Green Dot nieces and cousins, I just contacted them and said, hey, would you guys be willing to hold a virtual show? Now, they didn't even know what was going on with me at the time because it was all very, very new news. And they said, sure, we'll be happy to do that, Aunt Nance or Cousin Nance, And so I had those going while and I told them I wouldn't be responding between these days and these days because I was going to be in the hospital. But get the party going. We set it all up, and then I finished it when I got home. But it allowed me to make some new connections. And in fact, I'm doing a show from one of those parties on Saturday. Not tomorrow, but next week. I'm still not supposed to be working yet. Okay. But anyway, don't tell my doctor. Invite people to a recipe jam. It's my new word. Wouldn't it, you hear of music jams, you hear of photo jams, how about a recipe jam? If your house is intact, have people come over for a fun night, have them bring their favorite wine and a couple of ingredients, and you guys can do some recipes. Teach them how to do $2 per serving meals. A lot of restaurants are closed. A lot of stores don't have a lot of things on their shelves. People need to learn about the $2 recipe meals so they can save money, especially if they're facing some big costs because of repairs, okay? It's functional, and you can do it at their house or you can do it at your house, okay? Money will be tight, and eating out will be to a minimum. So reach out to people that have rock cracks because you can use them on your grill. I've been hearing over and over and over again how everybody is using their rock crack grill stone to make bacon and eggs, to make chili on their grills, and help having the neighbors come over, etc. So make sure you contact your people and let them know that they bought that from you. And here's some recipes that would work great on their grills, okay? I want to encourage you one more time to be persistent in your belief about the Pampered Chef and your future business. I know that this is a tragedy for many of you, and I know that there's some hard times that this was unexpected, of course. But take heart. You can overcome these circumstances, and your business can become stronger than ever. Maintain your focus. Do what you can to do what you can each day, and before you know it, things will be back to normal. I'm praying for all of you and asking God to bless you through this time. I feel, like I said before, He's answered an amazing number of prayers that we've all were praying through Irma. I said it was a long 2 days. I know I wasn't in the midst of it, but I was in Chicago. And I don't think that the channel was off the Weather Channel more than 5 minutes at a time. And by the way, if you're in a FEMA-declared county or in an area that had a mandatory evacuation, please call Career Solutions to find out what help and assistance you can get from Pampered Chef. I hope that this is an encouragement. I hope it gives you some ideas. I've already heard of lots of people that are saying, I still want to hold my show. I want to think about something other than, cleaning up a mess and being in the midst of a scary situation. So don't think that everyone's going to cancel on you, okay? People want to gather, especially at times of tragedy. And then let people know you're here to serve them, and anything you can do to help them, okay? So, Bobby, I hope that's kind of what you wanted me to do, and I wish I could be there with you. I have plans right now to be coming down in October. I'm going to be coming to the Orlando area and using my timeshare as my little spot to sleep in and going to all your places, and I just need to be cleared for the doctor for travel. So I haven't contacted any of you yet, but that's my plan. I want to say it's October 17th through the 22nd. So we'll have some fun evenings either at your place or mine, and see what we can do. So is there any questions? Bobby Lynn, does anybody have any questions?
Yes, have any questions?
I do.
Angie does.
Okay.
Hey, Nancy Joe. My county has yet to be declared as FEMA.
Okay.
We had a lot of destruction, and I've already had 4 cancellations and reschedules, but not for the month. So I'm just wondering, how do I go about, or what is done in a situation like this where my business will definitely be affected,
Yeah.
but we won't get the break, or I won't get the break from Pampered Chef because we're not FEMA declared yet. So
Yeah. How about, were you in a mandatory evacuation?
no, none of us in Central Florida were in a mandatory evacuation.
No? Okay.
It
You know what?
was Coastal.
I believe Osceola is.
Is it FEMA now?
Yeah.
Check every day.
Okay, maybe it's changed, but I know when Pampered Chef called me, they said, hey, we're sorry you're going through this, but you're not FEMA declared yet. So
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
Well, you know what? I would check every day, and I would work on virtual shows. People can do virtual shows. Angie, if you've got people in other states and cities, reach out and ask people to do a one-night Facebook show, the 1-hour ones that Linda McGuire does, where you started at 6:30, ended at 7:30. You go live at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock and tell them about your favorite products. You'd be amazed. She does 3 of them in one night. She starts at 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30. She goes live at the top of the hour for about 15 minutes, and she does anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000 in sales in 3 hours time. So it doesn't have to be long and drawn out. And 10 days from now you gather sales. It can be right away, and in 2 days you can have sales. She gives them 2 days to start, 2 days to finish.
Okay.
And-
Someone else here just said that they're pretty sure we have just been declared.
It's
FEMA.
listed.
So
Just look
it
it
is
up.
listed, so just
Okay.
added today.
Good, but feel free to do those Facebook shows. And it's a virtual show. She sets it up, but it's 1 hour instead of the 5 or 10 days that people are doing, and it's a quicker turnaround for sales and for people. So and people want to help. People all over the country. You saw this. How fast did they get the stars thing together? The other night, and people are wanting to help. Ask, and people know that Pampered Chef has this, 25%, donation. Are you willing to help? Or if somebody needs stuff for their kitchen and other family members want to help, you can do that. You can do a 1 or 1.5 hour Facebook show, and that's quicker turnaround. So think outside the box, you guys. Go to your fire departments, see if they need anything. Fire departments, I know in my area, they have a $1,000 stipend to buy new products every year. And so I like to have a chili cook-off for each shift at each house, and all those houses gather sales for them. So, and you can do it for hurricane relief if they want, make something fun out of it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the 1 hour live, Nancy goes Christina.
Oops.
So you're saying that when she does the 3 in 1 night, she only goes live for the first 15 minutes. What does she do for the other 45?
You know what? She sets it up on SynShare for the 1 hour. Okay, she does from 6:30 to 7:30. Starts the next one 7:30. The next one 8:30. Okay. She only goes live for about 12 to 15 minutes at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. All right. So she's only live for about 10 to 12 or 12 to 15 minutes. And she's in her kitchen. She's usually in a hoodie, very relaxed. She's got some of her favorite products out, and she just walks through them. the spiralizer, the quick slice, the rock crack, and she just talks about all the different things. Lots of times she'll put something together for her family for dinner right in the rock crack, and she'll show them, this is what was for dinner tonight, chicken fajitas in 12 minutes. Tomorrow I'm doing, the zucchini linguine, and she just talks pretty darn quick, but she's really ready. She does that 3 times that night.
Thank you.
Very, very effective. Linda has gone from doing excellence at 55,000 to doing well over 120,000 in sales. She was a 3 category excellence earner this year. She is just, her business has skyrocketed.
What's her last name?
Simcoe.
Linda McGuire.
Simcoe McGuire.
Yeah, and she's been in the business 18 years and just been going along. I think she was an advanced director. Now she's senior, working on executive. Never more excited in her life.
Nancy Jo, is there anything on her on her show style on your training page?
I'm not sure. I can see it might be. You try and put her name in, because Patty and Marie, I know we were all over it. She's under Marie. She's a first gen director to Marie. But it's just very simple. You're not setting up for 40,000 posts, okay? You're doing the ones that really matter to you. You're not playing a ton of games. You're giving people information, doing the couple minute videos, and you're just really and staying open for 2 days for people to ask questions and things like that. And there's a 2-day pre show, like get ready, clear your calendar, get ready to take notes, because I'm going to give you a lot of information in 1 hour and get you really excited and get your wish list going. She's getting a ton of bookings, a ton of recruits. It's just really working well for her. So it's just, and what I love about it is it's not drawn out, because in fact, the 2 virtual shows I did over when I was having my surgery, both of the hosts commented that it was too many posts. So I don't think too many is getting us any headway, okay? I think that sometimes less is more. Leave them wanting for more, and then you have more posts to share with the next group of people, and it's not repetitious. You can have a few different shows where you focus on different sections of the catalog.
Okay.
Okay?
Like it.
Anybody else?
Just scroll if anyone has questions.
Is anybody up there?
Yeah.
It's muted.
Anybody else on watching on? Not in my house. I have a question.
You can tell them to raise their hand so you can see.
Raise your hand.
Anybody else? Raise your hand. They can unmute themselves if they have a question. Anybody else? Jennifer? Joy? Anne?
And yeah. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your evening. I know you guys want to have some fun and just be
We have one.
Hashtag hot cop challenge.
What's that?
She didn't
What?
hear it. Okay,
I said, go look online at hashtag hot cup challenge, and that will give you some fun entertainment for your evening alone.
There you go. How did you know I was alone tonight? Anyway, but that's okay. Hey, keep number 2 down.
I think I should stop recording before we go any further on that.
I think you should. Hey guys, God bless you. Your leadership is here for you. Anything we can do to help, any ideas we can brainstorm. It's just really important. Don't get discouraged. You have a business. People need your $2 ideas. They need your service. They need your friendship. Be a friend first. Make those 100 calls to reach out and be a friend, and you'll see what happens. It'll be amazing. And Bobby, I'll send you those handouts, okay?
Wonderful.
So you
Thank
send
you.
them out to everybody. Yep, and we'll talk again on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. God
Thanks.
bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Not business related.
Every day.